Morning. We are having another play with Walkway. We are having it on 21st of this month. The play is very unusual as compared to most of the stuff we all see on television, which is unreal, which is mostly unrealistically romantic and got nothing to do with what is happening in street. Or on a walkway, here we call it footpath, the place where pedestrians walk. So the play actually deals with the lives of pedestrians walking on walkways, and it also talks about that they are human beings. The play brings about their humanity. We have Farhan, we have a policeman, and we have a place where it's unlikely for two people who belong to opposite groups to connect. Yet, the play explores the deeper human need to connect. Yeah. We all wish to be heard and wish to be connected. So in that sense, and also, the play does not only talk about people, individuals. I think it also is a story of walkway. It's also a story of a place also, a path which you come across daily and it is neglected. And I'm not using the word neglect in a sense the word neglect is used. When I use the word neglect, I do mean to say that when the word is erased from the memory. That is what has happened to, I think, to all of us. A lot of words have been erased from our memory, or their connotations are erased. And those words don't talk to us as once they used to do. Because in this whole world of digital age, where people actually are learning new language, the digital language. How to use phones, how to use apps, how to use social media. Who would remember places as narrowed as footpaths or walkways? And you don't remember a place, you don't remember human beings. Human beings are burdened. They are all carrying their burdens and they're desperately looking to be heard. So in a way, at multiple levels, the play tries to humanize our walkways, our footpaths, and also the pedestrians. not heroes. You know, our culture is a culture of heroes. You know, yeah, we all, I think we are all forced in a very subtle way to idealize few people who are larger than life, of course. And it is not only the cinema which actually shows people larger than life. Remember, the culture we are living in, it also makes a few people larger than life who are important. And the same culture makes few people smaller than life, pedestrians. And that reminds Walcott, as he talks about Larkin, that Philip Larkin, in Philip Larkin's poetry, it is ordinariness is ordinarily described. So, as Larkin talks about people smaller than life, not larger than life, and of course, it is a capitalistic society. But as capitalism changes its shapes from one culture to another, there are a lot of indigenous things also, you know, get harmonized into it, and you cannot separate one from the other. But you go to any street, you go to any mahalla, you go to any office, you go to any market, yeah, there is something which is larger than life and there is something which is smaller than life. Compare a shop with some big mall. That shop is smaller than life and that mall is larger than life. And it is not accidental, it's not natural. It has happened as a result of a very, very subtle and a very planned, you know, way of cultural thinking. So, by making people larger than life and the rest smaller than life, we create a huge gap between them. So, yes. So yeah. So I think the play The Walkway actually tries to bridge that gap, again in a very subtle way. When a culture is subtle, your story needs to be subtle also. You cannot have a trusty kind of a story or some bubbling so-called romantic name of a television play to counteract the cultural invasion. You can't do that. No. Actually, by creating the popular drama, by creating a popular story, you are in fact propagating the very mode of capitalism and the culture which are dominant. As Seamus Heaney says in Redress of Poetry, that the job of a writer is to add weight to the lighter side of the scale. That is the job of an artist. As Heaney talks about in Redress of Poetry, which is brilliant, brilliant read. And I think that if culture is subtle, it is complex, you cannot come up with a very simplified story to deal with it. You cannot have a very simple, a moral story to deal with it. No. Because culture is a way of living. People live it. So you need also a more subtle form in order to confront it, like the poet does, as Seamus talks about. So you create another reality in which actually what you do is you change the scale. What is heavier in real, you make it lighter in fiction, or in art rather. And what is lighter in real, you make it heavier in art. Well, I sound like that. I'm lecturing. I don't like to do that. But Walkway, so we are producing it on 21st. And yeah, see you there. Thank you.